Assalamu alaikum. This is Pratyusha Bora welcoming you to the English news from Btv-Chattogram. Let's begin with the top stories. Jatiya Sangsad passes 9 bills including International Crimes Tribunal Amendment Bill 2026. No decision to increase fuel price in domestic market despite global hike, says Prime Minister's Information Advisor. Health Minister vows to eradicate 100% corruption in health sector as World Health Day observed through various events. Arrest warrants issued against 18 including Hassan Mahmood in Chhatradal leader Wasim murder case in Chattogram in July mass surprising. Many business establishments defy following government instruction to close shops by 7 p.m. in Chattogram. Chattogram city residents miss benefits of unplanned foot overbridge in Kochi. US President Trump threatens major military action against Iran if no agreement reached within stipulated time. And Bangladesh lose to Vietnam by 1-0 goal in AFC Under-20 Women's Asian Cup in Thailand. Viewers, those were the top stories. Now moving on to the details. 9 bills, including International Crimes Tribunal Amendment Bill 2026, passed at Jatiya Sangsad today. Forced disappearance has been included in the International Crimes Tribunal Amendment Bill 2026 as a crime against humanity. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mohammad Asaduzzahman placed the bill at the House today. Earlier, the sitting of the House resumed with Speaker Major retired Hafizuddin Ahmed in the chair. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was present at the Parliament. Besides Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Bill 2026, Civil Code Amendment Bill 2026 and Registration Amendment Bill 2026 passed at the House today. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mohammad Asaduzzahman placed the bills at the House. Meanwhile, Smoking and Tobacco Product Use and Control Amendment Bill 2026, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University Amendment Bill 2026 and Sheikh Hasina Medical University Amendment Bill 2026 passed at the Jatiya Sangsad. On behalf of Health and Family Welfare Minister Sardar Mohammad Shawkat Hussain, Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed placed the bills at the House for passing. Besides, Bangamata Sheikh Fazilatun Nisa Medical University Amendment Bill 2026 passed at the House today. Health and Family Welfare Minister Sardar Mohammad Shawkat Hussain moved the bill at the House for passing. Meanwhile, Haur and Wetland Preservation Bill passed at the House. Water Resources Minister Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani placed the bill at the Sangsad for passing. Meanwhile, Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Minister Iqbal Hassan Mahmood has said, government has continued supplying adequate energy across the country. The minister said this while speaking under Rule 71 of Rules of Procedure on matters of urgent public importance at the House today. He said, there is no energy crisis in the country. Energy import is continuing and drive against hoarders will continue. Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Minister said, considering the benefit of common people, government has kept energy price unchanged in April. Meanwhile, State Minister for Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives, Mir Shah Alam said, government has a plan to implement a project to build submersible roads in the country. Earlier on the tabled questions and answers session, Religious Affairs Minister Qazi Shah Fazl Hussain Kaikobad said, Hajj flight will start on April 18. Discussion on Thanksgiving motion on President's speech at the Parliament was continued till the last news came in. Prime Minister's Information and Broadcasting Advisor Dr. Zahidur Rahman said that the government has not yet decided to raise domestic fuel prices despite an increase in global oil prices driven by war between Iran and the United States. He made the remarks today at a press briefing titled Government's Multifaceted Development and Progress held at the Press Information Department Conference Room at the Secretariat. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Mahbooba Farzana, Joint Secretary Riyasat Ali Wasif, Principal Information Officer Mohammad Yaqub and other senior officials of the ministry were present at that time. The information advisor mentioned that the government has taken immediate and diverse measures to address a slight shortfall in fuel supply caused by volatility in the global energy market. He added that an app will be launched soon to help ensure smooth fuel distribution. Highlighting ongoing development initiatives, the advisor said the government is implementing various programs aimed at strengthening social protection, the economy, administration, and state values. He also spoke about plans to modernize the state-owned broadcaster BTV, including initiatives to raise public awareness. Dr. Zahidur Rahman highlighted government actions in health, agriculture and communications, law and order, and reaffirmed its strong position against corruption. World Health Day is being observed across the globe today. This year's theme of the day has been set as Science in Healthcare, Safety for All Lives. To raise awareness about the importance of healthcare, various programs have been undertaken in Bangladesh as in other countries around the world. On this occasion, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Directorate General of Health Services and various non-governmental development organizations working in the health sector have taken different initiatives. The National Heart Foundation of Bangladesh has decided to observe a week-long service week. Doctors say that regular exercise, a balanced diet, and timely health checkups are essential for a healthy life. Experts also said that it is important to increase awareness to prevent various infectious diseases such as dengue and measles. At the same time, equal importance has been given to mental health. The message of World Health Day, stay healthy, be aware, can only be realized through collective efforts to build a healthy nation. Emphasizing that health is wealth, doctors have urged everyone to remain conscious. Health Minister Sardar Shawkat Hussain has said that vaccination campaigns will begin from April 12 in the two city corporation areas of Dhaka, and from May 3, a 100% campaign will start across the country. The Health Minister made these remarks in the morning at a World Health event held at Abu Said Convention Center on Minto Road in the capital. The minister said that complexities are often created in health sector procurement to facilitate corruption. He declared that corruption in this sector will be completely eradicated. The minister said that without improvement in ethics, development in this sector will not be possible. State Minister for Health Dr. M.A. Mohit said that environmental, human and animal health must be considered together. He added that without progress in research and technology, it will be difficult to tackle new diseases. Among others, senior officials of the ministry and doctors were present in the function. The tribunal has issued arrest warrants against 18 individuals, including fugitive former Minister Hassan Mahmood and former Education Minister Mahbub Hassan Chaudhry Nawfal, after taking cognizance of a crimes against humanity case of the killing of 6 people, including Chhatradol leader Wasim, during the July 2024 mass uprising. The order was issued today by International Crimes Tribunal DO led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry. All the accused are currently associated with Awam League and its affiliated organizations, which have been declared banned. Among them, 4 individuals, including former MP Fozle Karim Chaudhry, have already been arrested, while the remaining 18 are absconding. Wasim Akram was killed by gunfire on July 16, 2024 during the quota reform movement. Later, after completing the investigation into the case, charges were submitted to the tribunal of the killing of 6 people and injuries to 13 others. Following the investigation, the prosecution formally filed charges against 22 individuals in connection with the killing of 6 people, including Wasim. Later, while briefing journalists, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Aminul Islam said that the killings in Chattogram were carried out with instigation and provocation of this accused. He also mentioned that the verdict in the case of the killing of Abu Said, the first martyr of the July mass uprising, will be announced on April 9, expressing hope that the expected verdict will be delivered in the case. Various countries of the world are facing severe energy crisis due to the ongoing Iran war. The government has decided to keep the shops, markets and shopping malls in the country closed after 7 p.m. to save electricity. But various shops and shopping malls, including the large cloth market Dairy Bazaar in Chattogram city, were found open even after 8 p.m. yesterday. Not only Dairy Bazaar, the same scenario was seen everywhere in the city. No market or shopping mall was found to obey the government's decision. Dairy Bazaar opens at 10 a.m. The traders of the market demanded that it be kept open at least till 8 p.m. Customers also said the general public go out for necessary shopping after finishing their work in the evening. Zakir Hussain Road from AK Khan to GSC intersection in Chattogram city is a very busy road. A modern escalator-equipped foot-over bridge was built at a cost of about 4 crore taka at Khulshi Wireless intersection for the safe crossing of pedestrians on this road, but due to maintenance and mismanagement, this foot-over bridge is not yielding results. The bridge is now practically abandoned due to carelessness and negligence. After a couple of months of its inauguration, the escalator has become useless due to mechanical faults and lack of electricity connection. As a result, this foot-over bridge built for the elderly and the sick patients is now just a decorative structure. On the other hand, instead of traffic lights, there are company advertisement boards hanging at AK Khan intersection. There is no foot-over bridge and zebra crossing for the pedestrians in this intersection. Although there are street lamps to ensure safe roads, they are useless in many places. As a result, pedestrians are victims of accidents and snatching. As a result, pedestrians are suffering from insecurity. The same scene can be seen at the GSC intersection in the city. Although an initiative has been taken to build a foot-over bridge for pedestrians, it has not yet been fully completed. Zebra crossings have also been erased here. Lack of awareness is also evident here. General people cross the road in front of moving vehicles. Only the construction of infrastructure is not enough. Proper maintenance and strict monitoring by the administration are also necessary to ensure safe roads. Only then ordinary pedestrians will get benefit. As part of awareness efforts to boost health production and ensure its conservation in the country, Jhatka Conservation Week 2026 is being observed from today until 13th April. Meanwhile, a 58 days ban on all types of fishing will be enforced in the Bay of Bengal and adjacent areas from 15 April to 11th June. The Jhatka Conservation Week is being observed in 20 Hilsa-rich districts across the country. Now, international news. A deadline loomed Tuesday for Iran to accept a deal or face what U.S. President Donald Trump said would be the complete demolition of the country's critical civilian infrastructure. The Iranian army reacted defiantly, saying Trump's arrogant rhetoric and baseless threats would not hinder operations against U.S. and Israeli forces. 5 weeks into the U.S.-Israeli war in Iran, the U.S. leader has demanded that Tehran reopen the Strait of Hormuz oil conduit to international shipping by midnight GMT on Tuesday or face a newly devastating round of bombing. The Iranian Army's Qatam al-Anbiya Central Command, responding to Trump's threats, called him delusional and said crushing operations of the warriors of Islam against the American and Zionist enemy will continue. However, Iran's ambassador to Kuwait urged Gulf states on Tuesday to find a way to avoid a tragedy from befalling the region, as U.S. President Donald Trump's evening deadline is looming for Iran. He warned that U.S. strikes on vital facilities would lead to complete and total cessation of energy exports from the region. Early on Tuesday, Iran's ambassador to Pakistan, which is mediating between Iran and the United States, said on X that efforts to end the war were approaching a critical stage. Meanwhile, both Trump and Iran said that a proposal touted by international mediators for a 45-day ceasefire is not yet ready. Donald Trump had said earlier that the plan, which the U.S. media said is being mediated by Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey, was a significant proposal, but later went on to say it was not good enough. Iranian state media quoted officials as saying that Tehran too has rejected a ceasefire and insists on the need for a definitive end to the conflict. Iran also said Tehran's demands included an end to conflict in the region, a protocol for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz reconstruction, and the lifting of sanctions. The United States and Israel have continued striking targets across Iran, and Tehran has reopened the missiles and drone attacks around the region. Iranian media said explosions were heard in parts of Tehran and nearby Karaj early on Tuesday. Early on Tuesday, the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) said it had completed a wave of airstrikes targeting Iranian government infrastructure in Tehran and other areas. IDF also issued an advisory urging Iranians to avoid trains and stay away from railways until Tuesday evening. Also on the diplomatic front, the UN Security Council is set to vote Tuesday on a watered-down resolution addressing Iran's threats to the Strait of Hormuz after more waivers earlier drafts faced potential vetoes. At least 10 people were killed and dozens injured, including 6 in critical condition by Israeli shelling and clashes on Monday near a school sheltering displaced people in the center of the Palestinian territory. Gaza's Civil Defense Agency, a rescue force operating under Hamas authority, confirmed the death toll. The incident is the latest to shake a fragile U.S.-backed ceasefire that has been in place since October 10 and has largely halted the war between Israel and Hamas. A Palestinian witness told AFP that violence began with clashes between gunmen from an anti-Hamas militia allegedly backed by Israel and some residents in the school who were backed by Hamas fighters. The anti-Hamas gunmen had come to arrest some residents, and clashes broke out when residents and Hamas members tried to confront the military man, the witness said. Shortly after, the Israeli forces bombed the area near the school and also opened heavy fire, he said. The Israeli military said it was looking into the reports. It remains unclear how many of the victims were killed by airstrikes and how many died in the clashes. Since the ceasefire began, at least 723 Palestinians have been killed, according to Gaza's health ministry. The Artemis II mission wrapped up a historic 7-hour lunar flyby, marking humanity's first return to the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972 and capturing images of the lunar first side. The astronauts have now begun to return their trip home. During the mission, the Artemis II crew broke the record set by the Apollo 13 mission for the furthest distance humans have traveled from Earth. While flying behind the moon, the Orion spacecraft reached its maximum distance from Earth, which is suspected to be about 252,756 miles, according to NASA's live broadcast of the flyby. In addition to glimpsing never-before-seen aspects of the moon, in a rare opportunity not experienced since the Apollo era, the Artemis II astronauts experienced a total solar eclipse from their vantage point in Orion during the lunar flyby. They were able to photograph and observe the sun's outer atmosphere and see stars, planets like Venus, Mars and Saturn, and the glow of Earth. After the lunar observation period concluded, in a live conversation, President Donald J. Trump congratulated the Artemis II crew and invited to White House. Now, sports news. Football. Bangladesh is defeated by Vietnam with 1-0 goal in their crucial third group match of the AFC Under-20 Women's Asian Cup held at Nonthaburi Stadium in Thailand. Following the two previous matches' defeat, Bangladesh needed to secure a win against Vietnam to keep their hopes of progressing to the knockout stage alive.